Good morning, everyone, and let's learn today's editorial. Before that, we need to learn this. Let's learn the thought of the day. It's about you have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you, none can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. I think you guys already understand that. The best teacher of ourself is our soul only. If I have to learn something, then my best teacher is my soul, which comes from inside. That will teach me a lot. So yeah, this is all about thought of the day. Okay, so the heading is rear guard action. So let me tell you what guard action means. It means an attempt to prevent something from happening. And even though it is probably too late to succeed, that like something is too late if I have to succeed on that, even though if we try to attempt to prevent that from happening, then it's known as guard action. On car accident, related deaths, car accident uh, related deaths can be drastically reduced by use of seat belts. So here in this editorial, author is talking about car accidents. So car accident can be minimized. It can be drastically reduced if people will use seat belt properly. Then it will reduce. So this is all about today's editorial. So let's read the paras. I think we should somehow increase that word. I mean, if you can, okay, size, yeah, it's fine now. Merely days after the release of the National Crimes Record Bureau report that stated that those killed in road accidents, 1,55,622 in 2021, had reached the highest level since 2014. So recently we got uh, the report of National Crimes Record Bureau, and in that report we came to know that because of road accident, around 1,55,622 people died, and it has been reached the highest level since 2014. Since 2014, this year, not this year, last year 2021, the cases were quite higher. So we need to concentrate more on that. Industrialists and the former chairman of Tata Sons, Cyrus Mistry, and their fellow passengers lost their lives on Sunday when the car they were traveling in met with an accident near Palghar, Maharashtra. So maybe we are already aware of this. There's one car accident where Tata Sons, Cyrus Mistry, and their fellow passenger died because of car accident, that accident took place near Palghar, Maharashtra. Okay, so we should take care of it. Whenever we're driving, we need to uh, put on those bells and all. Okay, so next para, please. Police sources were quoted as saying that the passengers were not wearing their seatbelts. The tragic and avoidable accidents should heighten awareness of the need for car safety deployments and their enforcement by road safety authorities. So, police sources were quoted. They say that the passengers were not wearing their seatbelts. That's why they died, and because of that car accident, the tragic and available accidents should heighten awareness. We should be aware after knowing this thing. Like during driving and all, we must need to wear those seat belts. And those safety deployments and their enforcement by road safety authorities. So what enforcement means, it likes application, implementation. See, we already aware of those things like seat belts are necessary. We know this thing, but we are not implemented those. We need to enforcement those. I mean, implementation. So from next time whenever you need to use that word implementation or application, you should use enforcement rather than that. Then it will become more advanced. So yeah, with the help of tutorial we can learn some new vocab as well. Okay, so let's go to the next para. It is well understood today that the use of low cost restraint systems such as seat belts and airbag equipment have helped reduce car passengers related fatalities effectively. And fatalities means death, mortality rate, etc. So whenever if we will use those low cost equipments like seat belts, airbag equipment, then it will help us a lot to reduce the death rate or mortality rate during car accident and all. So this is all about this para. Let's go to the next one. Studies quoted in a road safety report prepared by the Transportation's Research and Injury Prevention Center, IIT Delhi. So, IIT Delhi road safety report as well as the Transportation Research and Injury Prevention Center of IIT Delhi uh, said that, I mean, quoted that in November 2021, estimated that airbag deployment reduced mortality by 63%. Whenever we people use airbag in our car and all, then the mortality rate decreased by 63%. Lap shoulder belt use reduced mortality by 72%. Whenever people use lap shoulder belt, it decreased the mortality rate by 72%. And if someone use combinedly that seat belt and airbag equipment, then it will reduce the mortality rate by more than 80%. So see the benefits. So we should use that. Yeah. So let's go to the next para, please. One time again I want to mention the same thing, like not only awareness but also enforcement is important. Like we are aware of these things, but we need to implement those, we need to enforcement those. Okay, next, while awareness about the enforcement of seatbelt use have relatively increased over time despite stark number on non-compliance related deaths. The Road Transport Ministry estimated that 26,896 people had died due to non-use of seat belts in accident in 2017. So here also author mentioning the same thing, like awareness about these things we already have, and enforcement, I mean implemented of seatbelt use have relatively increased over time. Nowadays people, I mean the using of seatbelt and all quite increased compared to before. But the Road Transport Ministry estimated that around 26,896, that means approximately 27,000 people had died due to non-use of seat belts in accident in 2017. And the enforcement for belt wearing for rear seat occupants has been almost non-existent, and those enforcement of belt wearing for rear seat occupants has been almost non-existent. So yeah, this is all about this para. Let's go to the next one. This is a same as a study by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety US shows that rear seat occupants were 8 times more likely to suffer serious injuries in a mishap if they did not buckle up than if they did. So here we have a phrase, buckle up. Mostly we use this like buckle up the shoes and all. We know about that. But here it's uses buckle up the seat belt. I mean tied. Yeah, tied will be the correct. Buckle up. Okay, it's a phrase. It means fasten the seat belt. I mean tied the shoes and all. Okay, so here this is the same. When the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety US uh, have done some study, and according to that study, that the rear seat occupants were 8 times more likely to suffer serious injuries in a mishap if they did not buckle up than if they did. See, uh, 8 times more likely they need to suffer if they didn't buckle up their uh, seat belt and all. So buckle up the seat belts is necessary. Other aspects such as the proper use of headrest also help in reducing injuries due to whiplash during accidents. So whiplash means like a injury caused by severe jerk to the head. So head, we know our brain is so important, right? So we need to use that headrest also. It also helps to reduce injuries during car accident and all. And here we have a new vocab like whiplash, whiplash, which means injury caused by the zag, and injury especially to the head. Okay, so that time we can use this vocab whiplash, flesh. Okay, so let's go to the next para, please. Another worrying trend identified by the IIT Delhi report is that while national highways constitute only 2% of the total length of roads in India, they contribute to 36% of fatalities. And according to some research of IIT Delhi, uh, because of according to their report, we came to know one thing like national highways constitute only 2% of total length of the road, but death rate, fatalities. I mean, I already mentioned the meaning of fatalities. It means mortality rate or death. Okay, the death rate contribute. I mean, these national highways contribute 36% of death rate, even though it just constitute only 2% of total length of the roads in India. But in those national highways, the accidents are quite more. It because of those accidents, 36 around 36% death occur in national highways only. Okay, so let's go to the next para. While the proximate cause of deaths and injuries to passengers in the particular accidents was high-speed driving, in line with the NCRB's findings that 56% of India's road accidents in 2021 were caused due to overspeeding. So here also author talk about some other data like according to NCRB's finding that around 2021, 2021, India's road accident were caused due to overspeeding. So yeah, speed is also mandatory. We should not try to be like we need to reach our destination first. No, don't be like that. We should try our best to keep ourselves slow, like that moderate speed only, which is mandatory. Or according to the road condition, we can decide that. So around 56% people, I mean, around 56% road accident happened in 2021 because of overspeeding only. It is also true that policing has often resorted to simplistic methods to determine driver's fault in most road accidents. And it is also true that we are policing. We try our best to get some simplistic method which determine like whose fault is this? Is that the driver's fault, or in most road accident because of some method we can easily determine the fault of whose person. We can determine that, as well as we can determine the speed as well by viewing that car and all in the CCTV footage and all. So yeah, these methods are there. We are aware of these things. We know that there's a lot of accidents occur. Even though the big mistake we are doing is that we are not uh, implementing those. We should try our best to use seatbelt, airbag equipment. Then it will be amazing. Otherwise, we know the circumstances. So I think it's and or is there any left? Okay, the road safety report points out that NCRB's figures were a gross underestimate, and the only way to reduce fatalities was to institute evidence-based, India-specific, and effective road safety policies. These include looking at composite factors such as poor road design and maintenance of road and traffic infrastructure in fixing responsibility for accident. So yeah, if we have to reduce the number of accident and all, so we need to think about our infrastructure, like the some in some areas the roads are quite poor. We need to work on that. It should be better. We need to work on maintenance of road as well as traffic infrastructure. And yeah, according to NCRB's report and all, they underestimate, and the only way to reduce fatalities, I mean reduce the death rate, was to institute evidence based, uh, India specific and effective road safety policies. Yeah, we need to implement those policies as well. Then only will be safe. I think it's the end of today's editorial. Can you please? Okay, one suggestion is there: the removal of medians on intercity highways and replacement with steel guardrails or wire rope barriers also merit consideration. So yeah, here one suggestion given by the author is that if we remove those medians on highways and if we replace with steel guardrails and wire rope barriers, then it will more better. It will be more better. It will reduce the rate of car accident and all. Yeah, this is all about today's editorial. So, tone of editorial. So, now who would like to tell us about the tone of today's editorial? And if there's any doubt, any question, you can ask.
Of the tutorial, it was informative because the author is trying to make us give us some knowledge about road safety and also car safety, how we can improve, how we can take care of yourself and for the accident. Yeah, so it's all about informative. Is it right?
Yeah, yes, Leo, Patrick, I also feel the same because the author gave a lot of information regarding this, like what happened when people died, and because of car accident how many people died, so these things, and some report from HCRBs from IIT Delhi. So yeah, I also feel the same, that
Okay,
it's informative.
okay, Scarlett, you should conclude it first.
Okay, okay, thanks a lot to all the participants for participating in this editorial session. Thanks
Scarlett,
for your time.
can I put my point also?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Mm, you know that